There's a new theatre in town which bears my name, has my name on it. And of course that's leaving me with a position whereby I need to make certain that whatever goes in there is worthy. I'm kind of half joking. What I am saying is that it gives us the opportunity to present a kind of theatre that goes further than simply putting on a play, putting on a presentation. And the onus is on those who are using it, and as I'm artistic director of the Romeo and Theatre Company, it's important that I ensure that whatever goes in there is going to have a sense of the evocation, the evoking of something which is difficult to see, difficult to experience, but which becomes alive once the lights come up in that space. And while the ideal is not always going to be achieved, what I am aiming for and willing to really push for is that we create something which might be called a hermetic approach. That is, utilizing all aspects of the medium that we are using, the acting, the drama, the music, the video, the relationship to the audience's comfort, the audience's challenge that we can create. At the same time, evoking what Plato might have referred to as a revelation of those shadows. What's causing those shadows on the cave wall? And that's where theatre comes in, that live moment where we become aware of something out of the side of our eye, something from an echo that we can hear in the distance, but somehow we're unsure of what that might mean. And this is what we are trying to create with our theatre, something that is exciting, challenging not only the participants, the audience, but also our whole culture. Let's not assume that everything within our culture is perfect. We know it isn't. We know also that we use semantics to disguise and hide sometimes some of the darker elements. You know, all those abandoned people that we see sitting on the side of the road, the dispossessed that have no one batting for them. There are no agendas out there to fight for the dispossessed. And so theatre has a role to play in evoking more than simply stories, more than simply historical events that have had past success, but rather is engaging with our world that we can experience, and maybe even the world that we don't experience. You know, that world that is hidden from us, but experienced by the others. And sometimes the known, the semantics that we are bombarded with through social media, through the news media, through the internet, through whatever, our friends, our social groupings, whatever those various beliefs and systems of acceptance and understanding are being created, whatever they are, our theatre can be a means through which to challenge, but it has to entertain, it has to hold attention, it has to compel attention. And you know, people talk about entertainment having to be some kind of distraction, but sometimes the greatest entertainment is that which compels us to want to see further. What else is there? What's at the end of that dark tunnel? And so when I hear people saying it just needs to be light and entertaining, I don't believe they know what they're talking about. Because the key thing about all human beings is we are curious. We want to see what's at the end of the tunnel. We want to see what's outside the planet, what's in outer space. We want to know these things, and that's where theatre can be very exciting. And sometimes dark, sometimes very light, and sometimes happy, and sometimes a medium of both, the rough and the sacred, all at the one time. That is what I'm hoping to see happen within the Joe Woodward Theatre, a theatre which bears my name, and one which hopefully will reflect a lot of the things that I've been on about for the last 40 or so years. And also bearing in mind the experience and the tempering from working with students and working with actors over this time, working in theatre, and also working with the challenge of what I feel is disappointing within our medium, that is causing it to sometimes dissipate and become overpriced and disappearing up itself. I'm looking forward to hopefully engaging with you at the Joe Woodward Theatre at some time in the near future. The Romeo and Theatre Company is presenting Romeo and Juliet, and I'm suggesting that with the wonderful work that Tony Allen has done on reducing the script down to manageable levels, that we can create something which is truly magical, which is truly revelatory, or going to reveal aspects of the relationship between youth, with adults, with culture, in ways that haven't been seen before. And I believe we have the capacity and the resources in which to do this. So I'm looking forward to you coming along. There is special tickets available through early bird purchases before the end of January, and if you want to get into that, you get 20% discount. Remembering that we're going to also offer, in order to build on this audience relationship with the cast, with the show, with the production, they will be able to get tapas. There's a bar there that's going to not only feed them with food, but also you can get drinks. You can get light drinks, or you can get beer and wine and champers, and maybe even an occasional spirit. And this will all be available as if you're going to the real theatre, because this is the real theatre. It's a state-of-the-art theatre. There's nothing like it in Canberra, at least not at the moment. And so we encourage you to come along and to join us at the Joe Woodward Theatre in April and May of this year, 2025, with Romeo and Juliet. Look at the details on the screen and you'll be able to pick up from there.